Greetings, Padawans, and welcome to the Archives. Here to unlock this holocron is the man of the hour, Jedi Master SoTeeko.
Yeah, and another hot take. I mean, Mandalorian Season 4 is probably the most important season that they have. Genuinely.
Why?
Because they need a bounce back. And not just a bounce back, it needs to be really fucking good. Because they're dedicating the next handful of years towards this Heir to the Empire movie that's being culminated with Mandalorian, with Ahsoka, with Book of Boba Fett. All that's leading towards the Heir to the Empire movie. So if you put out another stale season, like that is gonna be 2 stale seasons, 1 good season, 1 great season. That's not a good tasting pie. That's not getting me excited for a movie that's supposed to be sick as fuck.
I don't think I'm gonna have to disagree on that hot take. I don't think Mando season 4 is important at all. I understand what you're saying, but I think going to your pie analogy, I think Ahsoka season 2, believe it or not, Book of Boba season 2, are going to be more important because we've only had 1 season of both shows, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't like either season, but I haven't scarfed down 3 seasons of each show yet. I'm gonna give it a chance. I've only taken 1 bite out of these pies. You know what I mean? I'm like, maybe I just got the bad part. Maybe the center is good. I'm almost done with my Mando pie, and you're telling me there's gonna be another? I'm gonna be like, hell no, I don't want that. Like, I'll order something else.
That's fair.
But I think Ahsoka and Book of Boba, because Book of Boba, especially Book of Boba, because there was almost no story that was told there, right? Like the whole show takes place within a week.
It was such a.
But I feel like it's funny. I think because it was such a dud, and Mando stole 2 whole episodes, that we're not as invested in Boba Fett yet. I feel like Ahsoka got more screen time in her show than Boba did in his show.
Yeah, that's the thing. I want Boba to be good. Like,
I did too.
I'm not saying you're calling it a dud because I'm not a hater. I am an optimistic wanter of things to succeed, especially iconic characters that I've cared about since I was a little kid. Like, I remember when I was super little, me and my brother had this cousin named Johnny, and this fucker was infatuated with stealing our Boba Fett Lego figurine. I was like, go kick rocks. You're not taking it, you little bastard. It's Boba Fett.
Get out of here, Johnny.
Genuinely. And Boba Fett is a original trilogy, like probably top 5 iconic character.
He's one of the last ones.
Yeah.
Like, he literally is. He's one of the last ones. I don't see anything about Chewbacca.
No.
Like, I mean, 3PO showed up in Ahsoka season 1, but the point I was trying to make is, like, Book of Boba sucked, right? It sucked, but I feel like Book of Boba hasn't gotten a fair shot yet. I feel like, and that's the show that's you can easily turn around. I feel like you can easily whip a 180, fix Book of Boba season 2, because you haven't really done a whole lot with the character, and that's kind of why the show sucked to begin with. Like, you didn't do much with him, but at the same time, that might be their biggest strength, that the mold hasn't turned to clay yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's or the other way, the clay hasn't turned to a mold. So I think they can do that. But with Mando, it's like, dude, we're 3 seasons in, we haven't seen anything interesting from him. Like, what do we expect out of season 4? You know what I mean? And Ahsoka, we already know where they're going with Ahsoka, so it's like, well, like, I don't know. So I have more faith in Ahsoka season 2 than Book of Boba season 2 than Mando season 4. Mando season 4, I'm just gonna be like, I don't even know if I'll watch it, to be honest. I really don't. I'll ask you guys when the episodes come out. I'm like, should I waste my time or
on Ahsoka?
No, for Mando season 4.
Oh, for Mando, bro.
Yeah. I'll be like, does Nick Cannon show up in this one? Is Justin Bieber?
I'll watch the premiere. Beyond the premiere, man. If it's a dud, it's a dud. I'm sorry. Yeah. But it'll be a really, really tough thing for me to be able to stomach. It'll be a really tough thing to stomach if it's bad. If it's bad, I don't know if I can do it, man. Genuinely.
I mean, I already stomached Mando season 3, so I feel like, you know, the show to me is dead. Like, I don't know, like season 3 should not have happened.
No.
It really shouldn't have. The character of Mando should still live on in other shows. Like, don't get me wrong, the character of Mando should still live on and show up and, you know, surprise guests. But him having a show, like, you know, I hate to, you know, beat a dead horse here, but it's like, you know, Mando season 1, bounty hunting, get the child, protect the child, whatever. Season 2, find the child's home, discover what a Jedi is, you know, fight the Empire, mission accomplished. Mando season 3, what was the objective? Oh, that's right, bathe in the waters. We did that in like episode 1 or 2.
Yep.
After that, what's the point? What are we trying to do here? Something, fight the Empire.
Yeah.
Like,
it was kind of just all over the place. There were beefs with the Mando sects. Then they needed to join together. It was all over the place, and it didn't need to be. And
it's weird, man. It's weird. I don't know how they wrote that, how they got past, like I don't know, like editors and stuff, but it's so weird. I've never seen a show where they're like, the thing we're gonna do by the second episode, and the rest of the time we don't know what we're doing. It's like, oh, that's super strange.
Pretty much.
Almost makes me think that like the script was either rushed or they weren't planning on certain things, and maybe they said Grogu's got to be in it more. I don't know.
That's what I'm leaning towards. I think it's probably to do with the Grogu shout.
Because like, there's a lot of things that happen to him. I'm like, what was the point? Like, he gets his own little chest plate. We never see.
Which never came into play.
Never came into play. Just got it. And it's like, okay. Because there was rumors and people are saying there was leaks that he was going to get his own Mando armor. And I'm like, and I see this chest plate. I'm like, okay, this is the beginning of his Mando armor again. And they're just like, oh, it's going to be very samurai-esque. It's going to look cool. I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. Never happens. He gets IG 12, whatever, 2.0, and then they just make him his own droid. It's like, okay, well, that's fine. I don't know. I don't know.
It was goofy.
I have no words.
It was goofy, yeah. Hot take, Mando season. Yeah, that's my hot take. It needs to be good. It needs to be great. It needs to recapture that Western feel of season 1. We need to, by the end of episode 1, we need to know why we're there, who we're there for, and why. We need to know the enemy. We need to know the objective. That needs to be established early.
You want to take predictions on the first episode?
I kind of want to do predictions for the whole series. You know,
right,
it starts off like this: they're petting the pet birds. That's how
they cooked those things, man. They ate those. They cooked and ate those chickens.
I think what's her face comes back. Cara Dune comes back. I
don't think so. She said no, didn't she? Didn't Gina Carano say, like, even if they asked her to come back, she said she wouldn't?
Man, when she sees that paycheck, you kidding me? No one's saying no to Star Wars. I'm sorry. It's 2020. It's about to be 2024. No one's saying no to a Star Wars paycheck. I think Cara Dune's got to come back.
Okay.
I think Bo-Katan and Din need to make it official.
They need to kiss with their helmets on.
Pretty much.
Dink.
Pretty much. Or you just see Mando come out of a room with his helmet on and zipping up his pants.
Not just his helmet.
Yeah.
Just his helmet.
Back shot of just his butt cheeks. Like,
the camera's underneath his legs, you know, he just like
God.
Just kicks open his front door. That's a great camera shot there.
The show's.
I think season 1's gonna start off on Navarro, and Navarro's gonna be in distress because some random bullshit trade, spice runners, pirates, has-beens are bullying people, and Mando's nowhere to be found. And then the last second, he shows up and saves the day. Typical superhero cartoon episode. My cameo appearance, I think,
Snoke.
is going to be. I think my cameo appearance has got to be. Ooh. I think Chris Rock is going to show up.
Has he not been in Star Wars? I thought he was. Has he? No, genuinely, has he not been in a
Chris
Star
Rock
Wars
has not been in Star Wars yet. No. I think the cameo is going to be Chris Rock and Will Smith are going to be in a cameo together. Moff Gideon's going to come back with his mustache because the one without the mustache was a clone.
Damn.
We're not going to see a mythosaur.
No, of course not.
And that's going to be season 4 in a nutshell.
How much of the First Order gets mentioned in season 4?
Zero.
Zero?
Zero. Yeah, dude. Okay, so again, I'm trying to be funny, but at the same time, like I'm also trying to be just practical. So Disney's tactic right now, in my opinion, is we're going to use the timeline between episode 6 and episode 7 to tell the story of the sequel trilogy and make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
They are running out of time to mention anything Resistance First Order related.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like because right now it's all about Thrawn, Ahsoka, and Mando season 4. These are the shows they're talking about. These are the shows they have to invest time into that are going to be coming out in the next couple of years, as well as who knows when the movie's going to come out. I'm guessing 2027. So here's the thing. They are running out of time in real life and in Star Wars time because the 10th anniversary for The Force Awakens is literally in 2 years.
Yep.
Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. But we're like what? Like The Force Awakens takes place 30 years after episode 6, and we're already 8 or 9 years post episode 6 at this point.
Yep.
Heir to the Empire is going to probably take place, 11, 12 years? Maybe, I'm going to guess. Or let's just say 10. Let's just say 10, round number. After episode 6, so I'm like, unless they start, a foundation for the new sequel trilogy, it's going to seem like the First Order sprung up out of the ground overnight. And that's going to make the sequels look even worse.
Which is why they don't need to mention the fucker. I just want to see hippie Snoke walking around in the background, even on Coruscant, because we've been there so many times. Just show him walking about, because he was about. Snoke was all over the place. He was networking the entire time between 6 and 7, and that's how he was able to formulate the First Order. Like, and how many Imperial offcasts are there on Coruscant right now? Half the fucking planet, half the planet.
Yep, I agree.
So it'd be.
But they're
really,
running out of time to show this stuff, and it's like they're running out of time because now it's going to be like
I think that's where the they them storyline's going, is towards First Order build up.
Maybe.
Because I don't know what else it has to do with. Like, fuck does that have to do with Gideon?
I don't know, man. Gideon is nothing. Gideon is just the actor is bigger than the character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like Gideon is, like I said, it's literally Team Rocket Man from Pokemon. Like, it's just there to be annoying and be in the way, and he's a challenge for our heroes to improve themselves. It's like, I don't know what else to say about Gideon. He doesn't really do much. But like I said, they're just running out of time to start, connecting point A and point B. It's like we're en route, but it's like I just don't see any connections yet. Even with the whole cloning thing, like when they were like, you remember in season 2 when they stormed Navarro and there was like a science facility and there's all those cloning bodies and everyone was like pointing fingers. Oh, you can hear Snoke's theme in the background. It's like, well, maybe it's up for debate. It's like those were just Gideon's clones. Those weren't Snoke's clones. Those were Gideon's.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Operation Necromancer, it definitely sounds like it's pointing towards Palpatine, but at the same time, Operation Necromancer could have just been Gideon cloning his clones.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the closest connection we have to the sequel trilogy is literally, you hear the Resistance theme play on Coruscant, with Dr. Doofy and they them when they're looking their like whatever those popsicles that light
The
up.
LED light.
Thank you, LED.
Popsicles.
Thank you. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, I don't know what else I was saying.
I was
LED
calling
popsicles.
gay. That's crazy.
The LED popsicles. You hear the resistance
popsicles.
You hear the resistance theme in the background, and then we meet Hux's dad.
Yeah.
Those are literally the only two connections that we have with the sequel trilogy.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I don't see anything else. I mean, there might be things that might be missing, but if I miss them, then I didn't retain that.
No, and I think you hit the nail. Like, we're running out of time, so
Yeah.
you got to start. I always said sprinkle it in, dust it in. Pretty soon they're gonna have to start getting a handful and dropping stuff in.
Yeah, like you're gonna have to see some meteors coming down with some like knowledge bombs, just like, oh, the First Order is here now.
Yep. Like you gotta salt your soup nicely.
Yeah, so that's the hard part. You have to introduce the First Order, and then you have to explain what the hell happens to the New Republic.
Yep.
That's gonna be tough.
I feel like they're laying the groundwork by displaying how like ignorant and full of themselves, and how, just for lack of a better term, terrible that the New Republic government is, and how they don't really care who's in charge because they'll do whatever the hell they want anyways. There's no empire, so they can do what they want.
I don't really like that. I don't like how they did that because it makes it sound like like I don't like how stupid the New Republic looks. Like, because it makes it feel like and I never really was a rebel lover. I was always like, I loved the Empire. But the fact that the New Republic is like that ignorant towards a lot of like real threats really undermines the weight of their victory in the original trilogy.
Yep.
It really felt like the rebels were like this organized group that wants to change the galaxy. They want to get rid of tyranny, and they want to save everybody. And then the New Republic is, like you said, they're just kind of like, oh, who cares? We're getting paid. It's like, dude, that is not what I remember from the original trilogy about the rebels. Like I don't know. It feels like Hera. It feel like, how she's always on trial and everyone's like, picking on her. I'm like, Hera feels like how rebels should be. Like they're following orders. They have protocol. They're breaking protocol, but for good reasons.
Yep.
Everyone else is just kind of like, they got to stick up their ass or they just don't give a shit. It's just like, I don't know. I don't like how the New Republic's being portrayed, especially with how new they are. It just shows that they don't have a future, which I guess they don't, because we don't know whatever happens to them.
And another thing that I don't like about the New Republic is how politicians are trying to interject themselves into military standards, where Hera, who is a general in the New Republic fleet, is saying, Thrawn's back. We're trying to stop him. Why is a politician saying, you don't know what you're talking about?
Well, because that's what politicians do, but yes, to your point, yes.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Yes.
And that's part of the show. It's not dumb in the sense of like writing. It's dumb in universe. That guy is a piece of shit. I don't appreciate him.